Welcome to Spill the Tea, where musicians tell nothing but the truth about gigging live.
Yay. Come on.
Joining me today, we have an amazing drummer. Everybody make some noise for Chris Castellitto! Give me a nice drum fill, man. How are you?
Good. Yeah, very well. Thank you.
Thank you
so
for
much.
joining me today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's such a great place. This,
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Shout out
it's
to
amazing.
Pam. Woo!
Oh, thank you for having us. Yeah.
Oh,
beautiful.
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, so we like going straight into it here.
Let's do it.
So, do you prefer, are you more of a live drummer or are you more of like a studio drummer? What do you prefer?
So it's funny, because I have two kids now. So before I used to be like, yeah, I want to do live shows and play big arenas, stadiums, all of that. And now I'm like, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to be a studio drummer. And it's just because, with kids, it's like full on, in the morning.
Absolutely.
You have to wake up, and also you want to spend time with them. So I kind of decided to make a shift and just try to do less live shows, which I still enjoy. I'm not.
Of course.
It's just I kind of, at the moment, I'm kind of focusing on the studio work.
It's kind of like, the work smarter, don't work harder. Work smart, don't work hard.
Exactly.
It's kind of like, finding the right way, not the easiest, but the most comfortable way.
Exactly.
To do something that you love, but there is something that is not taking too much of your effort and time and everything.
Exactly, yeah, because I feel like, I have so much admiration for these guys that they do touring and things like that, and I would love to do it as well, but yeah, at the same time, it's like you kind of have to choose at some point, what do you want to do, it's like.
Oh my gosh.
So at the moment, I'm kind of focusing on recording drums online.
Yeah.
And just doing it for people. Then they kind of need drums on their songs, and so I record from my studio.
That's amazing.
Which is in Acton, funny enough.
There you go. Keeping it in the family, in the neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So that kind of leads me to another question, which is how is parenthood affecting gigging, or how is gigging affecting parenthood? Because, I don't have kids, and I already find hard living, doing things and, making sure I do everything that I have to do and, accepting that gig if I can. Or so how do you kind of jiggle everything?
Yeah, for me it was kind of a wake-up call, literally a wake-up call, because actually the kids, they wake up in the middle of the night every time. And so I used to come back from gigs at 3 a.m. and then, kids would wake up and just, at 6 or 7 a.m. they just wake up, so they have no idea what the weekend is.
True.
And you're kind of like, you know what, I decided that it wasn't a viable solution to do live gigs, that at least the ones that they kind of keep you late, So I do the London gigs now. I love it. Sometimes we play together, which I love it, and So it's it's a blessing to be doing this, just to play music, to play live shows, and as a parent, you kind of manage a little bit. You try to, as you said, to
jiggle thing, yeah.
To juggle a few things at the same time, but it's quite challenging. But I find that I kind of find my balance in a way.
I feel like, as I said, I'm not a parent, so I'm not really sure about what I'm saying, but I feel like sometimes when you have to do something, you find the way. If you have to, you just find the way to do it.
Exactly.
It's like finding this superpower that you have in you.
It's there, like everyone has it. So you just go for it, and you do your best. And if it happens, that's fine. If you happen to find your balance, fine. But I'm sure, at some point, you kind of have to make decisions and just be like, you know what, okay, this I'm gonna take it out of the way. just to focus on this. And
amazing.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Respect, man. Respect.
Respect to all musicians. All musicians. You
Kudos.
guys. Yeah. We guys. Yeah. We're doing great.
Love it. A bit of pep talk today.
Yeah, exactly.
We do function gigs, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's normally like small stages or small rooms. This is something I have an opinion about, and I want to know, because I spoke about it, you know, with like different musicians, but never really with a drummer.
Okay.
So what is your opinion about like drum shields?
Drum shields.
For function gigs.
Oh, I'm 100% with it. Like,
thank you.
Yeah, 100%. Like it's not like if it's a, you know, I understand if it's a small stage and all that, you know, they don't have space for drum shields. I get it, but if it's a big stage, I saw the sound engineer actually. He put out the other day just those massive. They look like circles, and he attaches them to the cymbal, the stand of the cymbals. So they're quite easy to put out. So you don't actually have a full, you know,
shield.
Shield.
The full like kind of plexiglass thing.
Yeah. And you just put them out, and it made such a difference, because the main thing are the cymbals, that they resonate and they go directly to the microphone. I mean, even the snare.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah,
you know, man, there is every single nightmare at gigs, because you know, like if you have like in-ear monitors especially, and you kind of like very careful, like you craft your own mix, and you're like, oh, everything sounds great, and then you go like the drums right in the in-ears, even if you have them like at 0, they still come through.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, why is that not like something that is like a given, you know, I feel like, as you said, maybe, you know, it's probably like aesthetic. People don't want to like the drummer, you know, it's nice to see the drummer, but maybe like, you know, if anyone can come up with something nicer to look at, that, you know, that can help.
As I said, this guy just put those circles,
those circles
up, and they're kind of like plexiglass, but it made such a difference. Like the singer,
I'm gonna look into it.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for that.
Oh my! I can imagine the relief. She was like,
yes. She was like, yeah, that was so good. Yeah, I was like, yeah,
amazing.
Yeah. So I'm all up for it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yay! Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Yeah, let's do it.
I am very curious to know what is the best gig you've ever played?
Oh, the best gig. There are so many. Like,
tell us a few.
When you say best gig, do you mean as in like best?
As in you finished the gig and you're like, oh my God, that was so good. So it could be a mix of like vibes and great musicians, great playing, or just, oh my God, literally like they fed us like kings.
Yeah.
The crowd was rubbish, but I loved it.
Yeah, I had this gig actually a few weeks ago, and it was just, to me, like great gigs, they all happen because of people. And when I mean people, I mean musicians on stage, but also the audience. And if you get a combination of those, that they kind of, you know, they're great, you get the best combination, and you're like, wow, okay, this was the best gig. And I did this gig like 2 weeks ago, and it was so nice. Everyone was into it. You know, the music was great. The musicians were so up for it as well, because as you know, like, you know, sometimes doing this job, you get the one-out gig, you're like,
another one.
Yeah, let's go home, you know. You can literally see from the start. Yeah. All right. How many songs? How many songs left?
Oh, literally counting down. -1, -2.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what, and everyone was so up for it. It was such a nice, and as I said, the audience was really nice as well. The food was good as well.
Oh.
Which is not a given.
Absolutely, we know.
Yeah. So I just those kind of gigs to me are like the best, and there's no replacement for that. Like,
absolutely.
As I said, like the people just make such a difference.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like I know, you know, some musicians are really kind of like strict into, you know, for me, I don't really mind the vibe, but there needs to be a certain, level of skills on stage.
Yeah.
Which is, understandable.
Of course, yeah.
But I agree, for me as well, of course, I like, I would like what we're doing on stage to be great, to sound great.
Yeah.
But if the vibe is great, oh man.
Yeah.
Like, it's fantastic when you're playing with friends or with people you know, or just like, even people you just met, but you're really vibing. You feel a level of comfort and kind of calm, and I can't even explain it. It's just great. You're like in your cocoon, although you're being exposed because you're on a stage.
Yeah. But when also the audience is there to support you, you kind of feel as if it's, you're all one, and you're just like, okay, I'm on stage, but actually,
100%.
they're digging what I'm doing, so fine, this is
It's
great.
like energy flowing, isn't it?
Exactly. And I think that's the best part of being a musician. In fact, I remember like after the gig, I normally kind of like, sorry guys, I have to go home because
Yes.
And that time I was like, yeah man, let's have a drink, why not? Let's just have a chat and enjoy it, and just
that's
sometimes
great.
when as I said, things flow, then it's the best feeling, and you kind of want to stay with it as much as possible. So
absolutely.
Yeah, it was
and
great.
What about when things don't flow?
Oh, you mean like worst gig?
Worst gig that you were like, I want to disappear right now.
I had many horrible gigs, I have to say, like a lot. Like, some of them, There is one that was really bad. It was probably the worst gig I've ever done in my life. and it was like a function gig. It was a wedding. And basically we arrived to the venue, and we see that the stage is not set up, nothing is set up, and we're like, okay, you know what? Let's ask the sound engineer. And the guy was like, yeah, man, just can you help me setting up the stage? I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So we set up the stage, we set up the monitors and everything. And anyway, we were ready to go on stage. And the singer goes, all right, so everyone please gather around for the first dance. And the first dance was on the iPod, though. Yeah. And so we tell the sound engineer, all right, just go for it. And the song starts. And after 20 seconds, it stops. Aww. So everyone's like, oh. And the singer goes like, oh, no, probably we have a technical problem. Let's start it again.
I felt it in my stomach, sorry, the embarrassment, ouch.
Especially for a singer, because,
you're the face.
I'm the drummer, so, nobody cares about.
Oh, dear.
And I felt so sorry for the singer. And then the song starts again. After 10 seconds, boom, it happens again. And everyone starts going, boo, by this time.
No, stop.
Yeah. And then third time was just to try, third time like you, hopefully. And same thing happens. Everyone goes boo. And the singer, she's such a pro. And she was like, all right, how about we try this, like maybe in the second set, we're having technical issues, trying to reassure the situation. And then we were like, okay, cool, let's start playing. And as we start playing,
the song goes.
No, the basically we couldn't hear anything except the drums because it was the only live instrument. So the keys didn't work, the bass didn't work, and this wasn't just for the first song; it was for the whole.
Are you
the
joking?
Whole thing. I remember, bass player, guitarist, everyone was so annoyed at the whole situation.
No.
I kind of when that gig finished. As I said before, people, I like to stay if it's a good gig.
We're like, take me home.
Everyone left without saying a word. Everyone, literally, without saying even goodbye. They were so mad.
Oh my God. And what about the client?
Yeah, this was even worse. So when we started playing, the bride went to the singer and she said something I'll never forget. She said this to the singer, just in her ear. It sounds awful. And I was like, oh my God. And
no.
It was very embarrassing as a situation, but we pulled through in the end. And,
exactly. What can you do? End of the day, I feel like if you're a musician and have experienced this, you know exactly that feeling of it's like fight or flight.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, do I just cry and break down right now?
Yeah.
Or do I put a smiley face and I kind of try and reassure it, or you know, at least get through the end of the gig and leave and forget it?
Everyone was super professional, but as I said, at the end of the gig, everyone wanted to go.
Like, bye.
Bye, guys.
See you, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
So funny because I was, you know, taking the drums apart and as a, you know, to go home, and I just look around. Everyone was gone already, you know, because we drummers, we take our time to, you know, we're like the last one to leave, and I just looked around. I was like, oh, everyone's gone. Cool.
Literally.
Yeah.
Where's everyone? Love it.
Everyone gone.
Oh my God, these moments, they keep you alive, you know?
Oh, yeah,
they make you feel emotions.
I think you need those moments as well, otherwise you just, you know.
That's true, you get too comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot have always like a great gig. You need need those gigs to remind you, like, all right, you know what? Let's try again next time.
That's true.
You know? Yeah,
that's true. What would you say then would be your ideal gig? So a gig that you're like, I could do this every day, kind of thing.
Kind of thing. Like gig, yeah, it has to be a gig, okay. I don't know, as I said, like to me, most important thing is people. Like it's not even...
Like, is there like maybe, for example, it could be, you know, like, I would just love to do festivals, or my ideal gig is, you know, okay, in the realm of like reality and you know, something doable, but like, you know, just get there, everything set up, and I just play.
Yeah.
You know, like, you can dream a little bit, but you know, like this kind of stuff, like what would be like the one that you're like, oh, yes.
I mean, if there is any way, for any drummers, I'm sure I will say this, that you can walk in and just the drums is already there, set up with cymbals.
Man.
I'm like, that's the dream. Just bring sticks. Like, that's the dream. Because as you know, sometimes you know, you have to bring all the drums and cymbals and everything up the stairs, down the stairs.
Do you ever regret your decisions in life?
Well, after so many years, you know, I'm kind of getting to that point where I'm like, oh man,
why am I not a singer?
Why am I not a singer?
Maybe I
should have, you know, played the violin or something like easy to carry.
Honestly.
Yeah. Well, I see like trumpet players, for example, they just walk in with
exactly.
their back,
I mean, think about singers. Sometimes I don't even have to bring my mic.
Yeah, it's great. But you know, you guys have like such a big responsibility on stage, and I feel that, you know, we kind of, you know, we carry the tempo and.
Well, I mean, you say nothing.
No. It's a massive responsibility.
We lean on you guys, basically.
No, it's true. But you know, the show is literally, you know.
No, absolutely.
Because I think it's funny. I think I find this thing that singers and drummers, we kind of share. Like, you know, guitarists don't get offended, bass players don't get offended. But I think you know, if you have a good drummer and a good singer, like, kind of elevates the.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of like.
Yeah.
Transports you to places, takes you places.
Yeah, because you can have a great band, but then if the singer is not actually transmitting, you know, there's not, how do you say,
delivering or
connecting to the audience, exactly. It's kind of, okay, great band, but, you know, I think the singer is the one kind of connecting the audience and just bringing them on board.
That is true.
Yeah.
Do you have any rituals or like obsessions or whatever that you do like at gigs?
Like before a gig?
Before or like on a gig. For example, I always, like if I'm not bringing my microphone, I need to sanitize the microphone I'm using.
Yeah.
Like I probably have like a spray thing.
Nice.
And if I don't, I would think about it for the whole gig.
Oh,
like
really?
I'm literally like, I'm singing, very into the music, but whenever I look at the mic, I'm like, Bacteria.
Lipstick from the other singer.
So, this is something I need to do every time to give me peace of mind, or I need to have my fizzy water with me on stage. Nice. Always fizzy.
Yeah.
So, this kind of stuff, or if you get anything that, you kind of like doing before or after, like to get you in the zone.
I'm not very particular with actually rituals. I just normally just walk in and just I try. My thing is that I have to try and be there before everyone else. That's my thing, because as drummers, you need to set up your drums.
Yes.
You need to. So, and I know now that when the band walks in and you. Oh, sorry guys, I need to set up my drums and everything.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So
you need to be nice and ahead.
Yeah, so I like to be there, ready to go, so that when the singer or the rest of the band walks in, they're like, oh, cool, everything's ready. Okay.
Have you slept here?
Yeah, just like... I don't know, to me it's like, just...
Do you leave it here?
Yeah, I kind of get actually anxiety if I arrive late. I'm like, oh man, I kind of want to
Yeah, because you need to rush.
Yeah, I kind of need to rush and just, make sure, and also... by being anxious, for being late, I think like I trust me.
Of course.
I give that impression also to the rest of the band, and
definitely.
I don't want that. So I just want to, even if I have to leave 2 hours before, just to get to the venue.
Man.
Yeah. No, I mean,
well done. I wish everybody thought like you.
It's many years of being late.
Experience, on your scars on your skin.
Yeah, exactly. You're kind of like, oh my God, I'm late again. So like, maybe next time I should change that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You have a lovely page called Boogie Loops.
Oh, yeah.
I've actually sung with you guys. That was so
Thanks
fun.
So much for doing that.
No, thank you guys for having me. Can you tell us more about it? How did the idea start? How do you guys go about it?
Yeah, so it's funny. It's like Boogie Loops. It's don't even know what it is. It's a community of musicians, basically. Like I've started it with this great piano player. His name is Andreas Mills, who I met, funny enough, not ages ago. I met him just last New Year's Eve. We had the gig together. We were both stepping in for the drummer and the pianist at the gig. And we kind of started chatting like that, like, hey man, we should jam and blah, blah, blah. We kind of, liked each other's vibes, and they would say like, okay, cool, how about you come to my studio and we have a jam and see how it goes. And then we recorded one video, and I think we put it out on Instagram or something. And some people liked it, and we did another one and another one. And after we said like, how about we get singers? Because it gets a bit boring doing just piano and drums. And then we have you. We had you. Like, thanks so much for doing it. It was great.
My pleasure.
And and then at the moment we're just inviting singers over to my studio, and
you always have like kind of few different musicians as well. I see bass player, guitarist sometimes.
We try to vary it a little bit. We should vary it as well, like me and
Andreas. It's great to see a nice stable, in the channel.
I love to have some, different drummers as well, because I love recording as well. So I'll be happy to, if some drummers want to.
Well, drummers, get in touch. We're going to put your details in the link below in the description. So everybody go support and have a look. It's amazing. I enjoy watching it so much. It's out every Friday, right?
Yeah, every Friday.
The morning.
We're trying to do next year, hopefully. 2026 we're trying to have like 2 videos a week maybe.
Oh,
it's like a double up on the
video.
Yeah, it's just like, because we have so many at the moment, like
that's
we're doing a lot, and we're like, you know what, plus it's just 1 minute video, it's like,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, so we're thinking, we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll be like, I don't know, maybe that's too much.
Well, looking forward to it.
Yeah. Exactly.
What do you think it's a fair fee for a 340 minutes, which is now a kind of standard London venue gig?
340 minutes?
Yeah. What do you think in London for a gig, like in a, hotel, venue, restaurant, or...
Per musician.
Per musician.
Per musician. I mean,
a fair fee.
I would love 250. If that's 250, it would be, I think. And again, it's just because It's just because the fees, at least I find for musicians, they've been the same.
Oh man.
I mean, I've been in London for now 17 years almost, and
it hasn't changed.
It hasn't changed much. Like, you know,
gosh.
And a little bit, but not that much. And
that is
so,
disappointing. So much.
Yeah, so it kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of hoping that, yeah, I mean, yeah, between the 200 and 250. Like I wouldn't, yeah, like 250 would be.
Don't be
would be
shy.
ideal. No, exactly.
250.
Let's go 250, 300.
250, 300. Yes,
on,
man.
I mean, because that's the thing. I find also the other thing that musicians, they also need to ask for a raise. Like,
yes.
You know, I just find that a lot of musicians are kind of shy. Like, I'm just getting, you know. Like we all complain, we like to complain, oh yeah, I'm still getting the same fees as before.
Yeah, but you never do anything.
You never ask, you know, like, so I think it's important that we actually, you know, come
Give
together and just like, even though don't come together, just go to the venue and just say like, hey man, you know what, inflation, cost of living, everything is going up.
Yeah.
And I need...
If you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah.
Especially then, I don't think they'll never say, actually, man, this year, we're going to give you more.
Yeah. They'll never say that.
So if you don't push a little bit, you know, everybody's scared to lose the gig.
Yeah.
But I feel if you don't try, there's never going to be a change.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like the worst it can happen, they're going to say no.
Exactly.
They're going to say like, oh, no, man, we don't have the budget. Blah, blah. I say, okay, cool, yeah. You know, let me know when things change, and I try to go back to venues every year though. I know they'll never come back to me, so I'll just go every year and just be like, hey,
just a reminder.
Just a reminder. Can we get that? And they might be like, oh, we can give you just 25 extra.
Yeah. But
25 extra for a musician living in London.
No, it's nothing.
You know, it's just like, so we kind of have to.
250, 300.
Come on, guys.
Knocking on heaven's doors.
Exactly. Please.
All right, please.
Because I mean, even for them, it's good because otherwise they get nothing.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, they get. I'm not saying sorry. They get nothing. They get
worse.
Worse quality.
Worse quality.
So you want good quality, just pay for it.
You'll pay for it.
And musicians will be happy as well.
So happy and deliver so much better.
100%. You know, otherwise, people just going back to the. Oh yeah, when is he finished?
Absolutely, and just go home.
Yeah, well, you know, if I know I'm getting paid really well, I'm like, you know what, this is a great gig.
I want to be here. Let's do it more often.
Let's do it. Yeah, exactly.
So, and what do you think? Like, is there anything else apart from, like, for example, a fee change that you would like to tell agencies or venues to kind of try and make a musician's life better? Like, what could they do
to change how in can you give me an example? Can you give us...
Like, for example, a lot of people said, you know, like, give more details when you actually ask me for a gig. Instead of saying, are you free tomorrow for a gig?
Oh, yeah.
Like, tell me where, how long, how much, what do you need? Do I need to bring anything? Is there anything there? You know, like, that is something a lot of people say. Or in general, like, transparency. So, you know, just be upfront about things. Yeah,
just be upfront. And the other thing, all of this, please, like, I
it's just
agree
between
100%.
us.
No. But please make sure that within 1 month, try and get paid.
Oh,
you
gosh,
know what I mean?
yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I sometimes you have to kind of remind people, hey, man, you know, I'm just still waiting for those money. And, you know, for musicians, it's like... And some of them, they forget as well. Like, sometimes, once I was in charge of a gig and I had to pay, and I had to remind the musician, like, hey man, you have to send me an invoice.
Oh my gosh.
So, you know, from both sides, I think like there should be like, okay, you know what? Within 1 month, you're going to get paid 100%. But also musicians, make sure you send an invoice.
Absolutely. It's for like from both sides. Because like you have so much stuff to do already, especially if you are giving the gig to someone else. So that's why I'm saying, like, help from all the parts really help. If the venues, the agencies, and the musicians, you know, literally you're like, man, your invoice, or make sure like the date on the invoice is right. You need to check everything, and then you need to go back, and then you need to chase. And it's so much work.
So much admin. I feel like I do more admin than actually playing music.
That is such a common feeling, man. We're on the same boat, and it's rocking.
Yes.
Oh my God, man, it was so much fun. I can't believe, like, our time is up already.
Is that already? Oh, wow, okay. Yeah.
That is mental. That went so quickly. I had so much fun chatting with you.
Me too, same. Thank you so much for having me, really. Like,
No,
it's been so much fun. Yeah.
My pleasure. I hope, we show some nice wisdom. Yeah, maybe you can come back later and spill a bit more.
Let me know anytime. Thanks so much, Pump, for the tea. Amazing.
Thank you, Pump.
tea.
Cheers to Pump. Cheers to Pump.
Yes.
Cheers. Woo!
Yes. Love it.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.